started by expecting last year that I would participate in the Katrina ministry again. I'd been there before and knew the people going and was excited about that, and then had a scheduling conflict and was very frustrated I couldn't participate in that. And then I saw the Jamaica trip in the bulletin and realized that my schedule would work, and knew Al was going. And I'd been on a couple of other trips with Al, so all right, this should work out. And it would be kind of a step out for me because of leaving the country and doing something a little bit different.
I had traveled throughout the world before I retired, because I had a job in the government that allowed me to do that. I can remember at least one trip where the whole purpose was to help make the world a better place, and we would go in and we would leave them things, and then we'd say good luck, and we left, and nothing happened. So I was very skeptical of mission.
And there was a time when we thought it might just be Al and myself, and then at the last second Kathy Norman said she could go, and so it was just the three of us. And so I knew it would be a little bit different because we weren't really bringing a group of people to go and do a lot of work, and that it would be more of a relationship building experience, which is what it turned out to be.
It's just because you establish relationships, and those relationships start to take on meaning, and once you get those established, some other things start to happen that you don't see coming.
Probably most notable of that is, as we were painting, we got onto some pretty serious subject, and anybody who's worked with Kathy knows that you can get into some pretty deep subjects sometimes. And in the midst of some pretty deep theological discussion, we find ourselves kind of receiving a sermon from Raymond, who was our driver, and it turns out had very deep, serious walk with the Lord and a lot of training. And we were sitting here thinking we were having this deep discussion, and then suddenly Raymond is leading the whole conversation, and that was just really eye-opening because you just don't know what you're going to find once you get to know people. And so it was really a neat experience to see that side of him and get to know him at that level.
Mitch underplayed Raymond, the driver, because it was vehement, and he knew Bible better than I do. That was an amazing conversation. It went on for 2 or 3 hours.
After we'd done a lot of hard work at the Bensonville church, we helped with the lay the concrete out. Had an interesting conversation with Maxie, who's the lay preacher, who was sharing with us. It was right before we were to leave town, but we just had a minute, and he was sharing how he's had a lot of mission groups, a lot of youth groups in particular, come to his church over the years and provide some sort of improvement to the church. And actually the church is in really great shape. It's an old church from the 1800s, dates back to the mission work of John and Charles Wesley when they established the Methodist Church in Jamaica. And so it's got a great history, but he expressed a need for more interaction and in faith sharing. And I talked to Kathy when we left, how his comments reminded me of my experience as a youth with the lay witness mission, was something that was going on in the Methodist Church in the late 60s and the early 70s, where people would come in for a weekend from one church and share their faith with people of that church, and it's terribly impactful and had a huge impact on my life. And we talked about the need to continue that relationship and be less focused on trying to go and help build something or make some physical improvement, but more to share our faith stories with each other and to benefit from that experience and kind of get us to see life from a little bit different vantage point, and then see how that can affect our own faith story.